The chance of a lifetime.
Long ago, in a faraway land of Taliesin, there lived a very smart teenager named Carrie. Carrie loved mathematics of all kinds. Algebra, trigonometry, calculus. Carrie studied them all.
In her spare time, Carrie liked to play geometry games. She would wander through the village taking measurements and finding the perimeters and areas of her neighbors' houses and gardens.
One day, Carrie was sitting outside her family's cottage with her abacus, enjoying the last of sunshine. Her mother came to the door and called her inside for dinner.
There, Carrie went inside and joined her parents at the rough table in their small, cramped cottage.
Here's a nice potato soup, ready for us to eat. All right, Mother. What's wrong, Johnny? Don't you like potato soup? Of course, Mother, but it would be nice to have something else once in a while. Yes, I know, dear. But your father and Harvard are very important. I suppose we must count ourselves lucky to have food of any kind. It isn't this good.
Well, what then? You have trouble.
Oh, Father, you know how I long to study at the Castle of Knowledge. The master of all knowledge, Ultimo, the math wizard, is the most respected genius in the land.
My good daughter, never in all my years could I collect enough money to pay for studies at the Castle of Knowledge. I'm afraid you must set that dream aside.
Yes, Father, I know it is foolish, but I keep hoping that something will happen. Something to make my dream come true. Hold on to your hopes, dear. Who knows what might come to pass?
Weeks passed. Then one day, while Carrie was hanging out the wash and estimating the number of square inches in each sheet and towel, her mother came running up the road from the village. She was waving a long printed scroll in her hand.
Carrie, look! Look! Can you believe your eyes? Look! Look! Calm down, Mother, and let me see. What are you talking about?
Carrie took the scroll from her mother's hands and read it.
Announcement. A contest of wit. Answer 3 questions from the past of the years. The grand prize, a full 4-year scholarship at the Castle of Knowledge. All subjects wishing to enter the contest should appear at the Royal Palace of Taliesin tomorrow at noon. Can you believe this opportunity? I don't believe it. This is the chance of a lifetime. Oh, Mother, do you think I can possibly win? You are the smartest person I know. If anyone can win the prize, it's you.
In the morning, Carrie dressed carefully in her best clothes, just as the sun was coming up and the birds were beginning to sing. She set off on a long walk to the palace.
She arrived at the palace exactly at noon and took her place in line. It did not help her nerves to see that she was the only girl in the room. She took a deep breath and tried to calm herself.
One by one, the contestants stood before King Archibald. One by one, they failed to answer his questions correctly. Carrie's heart was pounding as she made her way to the front of the line.
Next.
I'm next, Your Majesty.
A girl, is it? All right. Well, I didn't say no girls allowed. Go ahead, see if you can answer my questions.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
Question number 1. You see before you a box. In the box there are black marbles and white marbles. If I were to blindfold you and ask you to pick a matching pair of marbles from the box, what is the smallest number of marbles you would have to pick out of the box? Be certain that you had a matching pair. You have 1 minute to answer. Page turn over the sand glass.
Yes, sir, as you wish. Well, if I pick 2 marbles, I may have 2 black ones or 2 white ones. In that case, I wouldn't need to pick another one. But I also might have 1 of each color. If that were the case, I would need to pick 1 more marble. This marble would either be black or white. It would therefore match at least 1 of the 2 marbles I had already chosen. In order to be certain, I would have to pick 3.
Well done. Time to spare. Are you ready for the next question?
Yes, Your Majesty.
All right. You see before you a rod spinner. I'm going to flick the arrow with my finger and set the spinner in motion. Can you tell me before I flick the arrow what color the arrow will point to when it comes to a rest? You have 1 minute to decide. Page turn over the sand glass.
Yes, sir, as you wish. This is more difficult of a question. There is no way to be sure of getting the right answer. But if I study the spinner, perhaps I can see what's most likely to happen. The spinner has 12 spaces on it. One space is red, one space is green, and one space is blue. The rest of the spaces are purple. That means the arrow is most likely going to land on purple. That has to be my answer. Purple, it should be purple.
King Archibald flicked the arrow and it spun round and round. Carrie held her breath until the arrow finally came to rest on one of the purple spaces.
Well done, indeed. You have only one more question to answer, and the scholarship is yours.
Very well, Your Majesty.
You receive before you two regular six-sided dice. When I roll the dice, the dots that show on their faces always add up to the number from 2 to 12. If I roll the dice 100 times, what number will come up most often? You have 1 minute each to turn over the sand glass.
Yes, sir, as you wish, but she would never get this one. I'm thinking. Another tricky question. Let me think. How many different ways are there to make each number? You can only get a 2 by rolling a 1 and a 1. How about a bigger number? You can get a 5 by rolling a 4 and a 1, or a 3 and a 2. You can get a 6 by rolling a 1 and a 5, a 2 and a 4, or a 3 and a 3. That's a lot of possibilities. Maybe that's my answer. What about 7? A 1 and a 6, a 3 and a 4, a 5 and a 2. The time's about to run out. Oh dear. Time 7. Sire, the sprint's out.
She answered just in the nick of time. Hey, pipe down and hand me the dice. Let's see if she's right.
King Archibald rolled the dice 100 times, while Paige kept a tally. Carrie jumped each time a 7 showed on the dice. At the end, the king had rolled a 2 only 3 times. He had rolled a 6 15 times. He had rolled an 8 11 times, but he had rolled a 7 19 times.
Congratulations, Carrie. You have won the scholarship. Can you begin your studies on Monday morning?
Yes, oh yes. Thank you, Your Majesty.
Congratulations, I can't believe it. You really did it.
Yes, I did. I'm a very lucky girl.